Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today in this tutorial I am going to show you how we can implement image picker in React Native and how we can handle permissions of it. So here you can see this is the default project. After creating the project with create expo app, this is what we can get if we run npm run reset project command. So here we have only this screen, and on this screen I will create a image picker placeholder. Let me design that first. And here I am going to first provide a header. So here I have provided the image picker. Now let me cut it, and I will provide this styles container style here. Let me create the style, and here for the container I will provide that. Now I need to import style sheet. Now let me provide styles title, and here I will provide the title item image, and let me paste the style here. And for this container I want padding 20. After that let's create the image picker. So it would be touchable opacity, and for this touchable opacity style I will provide image picker style, and for the on press of it I will provide the blank function as of now. After that I will create a view, and for this style I will provide this placeholder container style, and here let me provide an icon, and that icon I can get from expo vector icons, and here I am going to use icon. So it would be icons, and for the name I will use image outline, and for the size of it I will use 40, and for the color I will use this color. After that let's provide the text. For the text style I would provide placeholder text, and the text would be select an image. Now let's create this. So first we have the image picker, then placeholder container, then we have placeholder text. Okay, so this is what we got. Now let me provide the styles for this. Let me paste the styles here. So here it is 100% width. The height of this image picker, which is this touchable opacity, would be 200. I have provided a background color and some border, and the overflow is hidden. Now for the placeholder container, let me provide the style height and width 100%, and everything is center. So justify content center, align item center. Now for the placeholder text, let me provide the styles here, which is pretty simple, color and a margin. Now let's save it, and now with it I would create another style, which is preview image. So what image we will select, that image would be visible here, and that would be the preview image. That will be width and height 100% of this container. That means this touchable opacity. Now let me create the state called image, and we can set it by set image, and we need to import useState hook, and the type of it would be string or null. By default it would be null. So here we can provide a checking. If we have image present, then we will display the image, and this image needs to be imported from React Native. And for this image source URI I will provide this image state, and for the style of it we have this preview image. Else when it is not selected, that time we will display this view, which is this. Now we need to create the functionality to pick the image, and that's why we are going to use a package from expo, which is expo image picker. So here is the command to install it. Okay, so it is being installed now. After that here we can see the code to use it. So we need to import the image picker. So I have imported it. Now let me start the server. After that we can pick the image by this pick image function. So here let me copy it, and here we can see this is how we can pick the image from image library. So image picker dot launch image library async, and we need to wait for it. So that's why we have provided await keyword, and that's why this function needs to be async function. And here for the media type we have images, videos, also we have live photos. all these things we can provide. If we need only image, then we can provide it like this, and if we need multiple, then we can provide the array. And this is the quality of the image which we are going to upload. Okay, so this is the full quality, and if we want less quality, that we can define like this. Okay, 1 means full high quality, and this is the aspect ratio. So we are providing allow editing. That means we can edit the image which we are selecting. That means this aspect ratio, whatever the image would be, we will crop the image by this aspect ratio. So that's the configuration of the image picker. Now we can provide the pick image function over here. Now save it. After saving, let's see. So here we can see the image library have been opened, and we can select the image. And by the way, these are the images which is generated by AI, and I have already created an AI image generator app tutorial previously on my channel. If you want to watch that, you can watch it from the link provided in the description below. Also, I will link that in the eye icon of this video. So here we can choose the image, and here you can see this is the editing functionality. So right now this image is 4:3. This is the crop area. Now if I cancel it, then let's select another image. Okay, it is also that aspect ratio. This one is rectangular, so you can now understand that this is how it is. Okay, so let me select this one. So after selecting this one, here we can see this is the result, the console log result we are providing here. Okay, so this is all working fine, but I want to provide the permission. So here you can see no permission request is necessary for launching the image library, but I don't want that. I want to take the permission from the user to launch the image library. So let me implement that now. So let me cancel it and let's reload the app. So here let me create try catch block. Within the try block, we will check for the permission, and then we will do this launch image library thing. And if we have any kind of error, then we will display it here. Now here check for the permission. First I will check for the platform, if platform OS is not equal to web, because for the web we don't need to check for the permission, and as you know this Expo is also supports web, so that's why we have this functionality. It will work for web as well, but for the other platform which is iOS and Android, we will ask for the permission. So that's why I have checked it. If the platform OS is not web, then we will ask for the permission. And to ask for the permission, we need to get the help of the hooks provided by this image picker library. So let me get the image picker, then use media library permissions. So this is the hook, and this hook will provide status and request permission. So here let me first check for the status, and here let me return it so that we don't call this, or let me comment it out. Okay, so now we need to check. So here we can see we have the status, we have granted false and status denied. So let's check for it. So status dot status, if it is not granted this status, here it is showing denied. If the permission granted, then it would display granted. So if it is not granted, then we will request permission. So let's await for request permission, and this is the request permission. Now let's output the permission response. Now after saving, if I am clicking here, then we can see here is the response for the permission response and for the status, and both of these are same, that status is denied. But here it is not performing this request permission, and that is because for the app it only asks for the permission once. Here you can see that can ask again is false, so it cannot ask again because previously I have denied it. So that's why it is not asking anything, it is just providing the status. If I delete the app completely from the simulator and then install it again, then it will display. Now let me show it to you. Let me close the server. And now let me delete the Expo Go from the simulator. Now let's start it. This time it will install the app. So now let's click here. And now you can see that this is how it is asking for the permission. So here it is working. This request permission is working. And this time you can see that can ask again is true. So that's why it is asking, and status is undetermined. Now let me click on don't allow. So now it is status denied and can ask again is false. So now it cannot ask again. So it is the previous state as we have seen. So that's how we can ask for the permission. But as you can see that if the user is denied once, then it is not asking for the permission again. So we need to fix that. We need to ask for the permission, but only once it can be asked. So how we can give the permission? We need to redirect the user to the settings where the user can provide the permission. So that's what we can do. So here let me do that. Let's check if the permission response dot status is not granted. That time we will provide an alert, and for the alert title I will provide this permission not granted. You need to grant photo library permission to select an image from the library. So this is the message I want to provide. So now let's see. So here we can see permission not granted. Okay, so we can click on it, but nothing happens. I want to redirect the user to the settings where user can grant permission. So for that, here I can provide text and I want to open settings, and for the on press of it I will do some functionality. So this would be one button and another button would be cancel. For this open settings button I want to open the setting, and here I can check for the OS. If the platform OS is iOS, then we need to provide linking, and this linking needs to be imported from React Native. Linking dot open URL and open settings. So for the iOS we can use open URL, and here we need to provide app settings : like this, and for the Android it would be open settings like this. Let's save it. Click here. So here we can see that we have this permission not granted, but we have this open settings and cancel option. Let me provide that cancel here. So now we want to open settings. So let's click here. So here the settings have been opened, and as it is emulator, so that's why it was not showing anything on that. So if I go to photos, then here we can provide the access. Okay, so allow full access. Now let's go to Expo Go, and here now we can provide it. And here after this alert we need to return, because if we are not granting the permission, that time we don't want to run this functionality, we want to return it. And this is specific to Expo. On actual device you will not see this experience need permission, because within Expo Go we have multiple apps, so that's why it handles it this way. So let me allow it. So here you can see the status is granted, right? So this is what we have checked. If it is not granted, then we will not open this, and if it is granted, then we will open it. And as I have already granted it, so that's why it is opening. It is not asking for permission, right? Now let me go to the settings and select none, and then let's open the app. And here it is asking to open the settings to grant the permission. Let me cancel it, and here it is denied and it is not opening the image picker. right? So that's how it is working, and that is what I have implemented. So let me provide that again. So here within the photos I will allow full access. So here let me select the image. So after selecting the image, here we can see the output, and I want to provide another thing, which is base64 true. If we want to pass the image data to the server through an API, then this is the way. Base64 is the standard way to pass the image data instead of this. So let me select another image. Now here you can see for the image we have this huge string, and this is the base64 data of the image. So that's how we can handle the permission. Now let me open this app in Android. And here for the Android it is opening the library like this, and in the library we don't have any image in the emulator. And if I go to the settings, then for the permission, here we can see that for the photos we don't have any permission for the XPogo, but still it is accessing the library. And here we can see that this app can only access the photos you select. So that is the behavior for this image picker for Android. It will open the library, but it can access those images only which we will select. So here it is not asking for the permission, but if we want to ask for the permission for the Android, then we can do by use camera permissions, because for the opening camera we need to ask for the permission, and there is no option like this. We can choose particular photos to give access, right? So that's how we can do. Now let me save it. Now after saving, let's select here. So here we can see the permission is not granted, this option. Okay, previously we were seeing that it is granted, but right now we can see that it is denied. So now we need to open the settings. So let's click here. The settings have been opened here, and here we can see we are directly in the XPogo, and here we can provide the permission, and we want to provide the permission for the camera or photos. So let me provide the camera, allow, and for the photos also let me provide allow. Now let me go to the app, and here let me select it. That was the Expo notification, and here we can see that is how it is opening. So that's how we can handle the permission and access the camera and the image library. Otherwise we have another option. Here we have the hooks, and also we have the methods. Okay, so we have request camera permission, request media permission. So we can get the status like this also: request media library permission async, request camera permission async. So let me change it to status 2, and this is the status. So we are getting the status, and this time it will not be status.status. So this is another way. And after saving, for the iOS, let me see it first, and let's reload it. And now after that, here we can see the response. So here we can see status granted. For this status we can see only the status granted or denied. So that's why I am checking it like this. And for the Android also, let's see. Here we have request camera permission async. After that, here we have granted it. Now let me go to settings and don't allow it. Now for the camera, don't allow it. Okay, now let's go to the application, and now if I select it, then here we can see it is asking for the permission. If we don't allow it, then it will display this alert box which we have already seen. So let me cancel it. So that's how we can handle the permission for the Android and iOS. And I think we need to ask for the permission from the user on mobile devices. For web we don't need to ask for it, but on the mobile devices we need to ask for the permission to access the library. And you can see this kind of behavior is present in Facebook, Instagram, and in many other apps. So that's why I wanted to show you, because for the Expo image picker it doesn't need any permission request to launch the image library, as this works for web, iOS and Android. But for mobile devices we should ask for the permission from the user. So that's why I have shown you how to implement this kind of behavior. I hope you have learned something new from this tutorial. If you do so, then hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more tutorials like this, and let me know by commenting down below. If you have any kind of suggestion for me, then also let me know. And don't forget to share this tutorial with your friends and colleagues, and I will see you guys in my next tutorial. In the meantime, have a great day. Goodbye.